my channel and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing a nail video or a nail tutorial, but before we get into the video I just want to send a quick shout out or hello to any international viewers that might just be clicking on my videos and just passing through. I'm super small. I have like 10 subscribers, so I'm like a blip on the radar. But if you are an international viewer and you are just stopping by, I basically just want to acknowledge you and say hello and thank you for just passing through. So to any French viewers out there, bonjour, salut, comment ça va? Ça va très bien, merci. Je m'appelle Nadia. If there's any Italian viewers out there, buongiorno, ciao, come va? Bene, grazie, mi chiamo Nadia. If there are any Greek viewers, Yasu, Dikanis, Kala, Kala ici. I don't know how to say my name is Nadia in Greek, but I'm sure I'll figure that out. And to any local viewers, any South African viewers, hello, how's it in Afrikaans? Hello allemaal, hoe gaan het? Hoop julle geniet julle dag. So that's just a shout out to any local viewers and just a shout out to any international viewers. I'd love to do my video one day in a different language. Who knows? Maybe I'll get there one day. So heading back to the video. Today, like I said, we're going to be doing a nail video. It's going to be how-tos, tips, tricks, hacks, if you want to call them, on how to take your nail polish from so-so to pro. So basically just some tips on nail polish application, and then obviously clean up after you've applied your nail polish, and then just sort of like some tips just to keep it looking good, just to keep it fresh as the weeks or the days go on. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay guys, so I'm back, and basically we're just going to be focusing on my nails. So what I've done is I've prepped this nail and I'm going to show you just an application, particularly when you're applying a light color like this, is you often tend to get streaking, and that's normally just on the first application, and then if you go in with the second application then normally you don't have any streaking. But it's kind of inevitable to get streaking when you're working with these kind of opaque pinky shades, nudie shades. So I just want to show you how you can kind of avoid it or just get the best application that you can without having the constant streaking. Just a couple of tips first before we get started is often the nail polish brush helps. So in front of me I've got Ciaté. Essie also makes really great brushes. So just to show you an example, this is a standard sort of like just a more thinnish brush, okay, as opposed to the Ciaté brush, which you'll see now is just, it's a way thicker brush. And what it's also got is it's got this curved brush, so it's not just a square angled brush, it's actually angled or curved, so that when you are placing it here against your nail, it's actually fitting in with this curve of the cuticle. So you're actually getting just a better and easier application as you go close to the cuticle area. So you do want to be looking for brushes that are, like I said, like this one, nice and thick, which is just giving you just a better application and you're covering more of the nail. This is an Essie Gel color, and it's basically, sorry, I'm working on a really small area here. It's also got, again, a really thick brush, and it's got that angle at the edge. So again, when you're going to be painting, you're basically going to be aligning it really nicely with your cuticle area. So it's not just square and you're having to try and angle it all around here. It's got that curve to it, which helps get as close to the cuticle area as possible. So if you can, look out for nail varnishes that have the wide brush. Essie Gel varnishes do it. This Ciaté varnish is also, this is the Ciaté Gelology range. They also do quite thick, wide nail varnish brushes, which really helps with application. I think this Morgan Taylor varnish has also got, and this is the color that I've got on my nails, as you can see, it's got a really wide brush, and again, it's got that curve. So these curved brushes really help with nail varnish application. So I'm just going to show you on this nail, which I have prepped. I know most of you will paint your nails like this. I paint my nails like this as well. But for the purpose of this video, I'm kind of going to be showing you by resting my pinky on here, which also gives you, you're not shaking as much as when you're trying to apply varnish like this, as if you put your finger down or you are resting it on a fingernail and then you are painting. You've basically just got less shakiness and more precision. The other thing that can help you is, and I know this is a really strange looking device, but you can actually put your finger down on here when you are painting, and it'll actually just help with the steadiness. Again, you can put your finger over here and you can basically paint, and it's just giving you just that steadiness that you require if you want to have accurate polish application. But these little finger holders or finger steadies help. They're obviously more useful when you're doing someone else's nails, and especially when you're doing artificial nails, you're basically going to be placing each nail down, and it allows you to basically have that accuracy of when you're applying it. So you're basically your finger is going to fit over this groove. And I'm filming with my iPhone, so I'm sorry I have very limited workspace here, but I hope you can see everything. So this little finger holder is great if you're doing any artificial nail applications and if you've got tips to apply. And even if you're doing your own nails and you're basically just wanting to do finger for finger, you can actually use it like that. And again, I'm using my pinky finger just to steady the application. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with this color by Essie. This is Essie's gel range, and this is called Lace Me Up. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you how to get the best polish application with this technique. So normally what we all like to do is we basically like to paint this way. But if you hold your brush more at this angle, flat, and then you take it across the nail, you're actually getting a better application of varnish. So basically you're holding your brush, and I am shaking as well, and I am getting varnish all around the cuticle area because I want to show you cleanup. I want to show you how to do cleanup that is quite accurate, and that will really help the manicure. But as you can see, I have gone in with more of a flat angle to my brush, so I'm covering more of the nail as opposed to painting this way. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for this to dry. You don't actually have to wait for any of your colors to dry. Even if they are still semi-wet, you can actually then go in and do cleanup. So what I like to do is I like to go in with what is actually a gel brush. So it's kind of got this kind of angle. This is a Planet Nails gel brush flat in number 4, and like I said, it's basically got this kind of brush, and from the top or the tip you've basically got this, so it's just very flat, and it allows you to go in around the cuticle area and do the cleanup. So I'm just going to show you now how I go in and do cleanup when I have purposely messed on the edging of my nails like I have. And you can go in with an acetone free. This is Planet Nails non-acetone polish remover, but you can also go in, and this is the only time that I would use an acetone based varnish, is when I'm doing cleanup around the cuticles, just because it removes the polish very quickly and it removes it quite accurately. So what I do is I basically just dip my brush in here, and then I tend to just wipe off the excess, and then I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing. I tend to just go around the whole cuticle area and just wiping off just the excess varnish. So I'm hoping you can see that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down here, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So what I like to do is here I'm just basically removing this with this brush, and it's just more, sorry, I'm cutting you guys off, it's just more accurate than using a Q-tip. And then I'll just go in again, and as you can see here around this cuticle area, I will basically just tidy it up. And you do want to take the excess off. Sorry, this angle, I'm trying to see what I'm doing through the iPhone, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to just move it all around your cuticle area, all around here, just to get the excess off and just to give you some accurate cleanup along this cuticle area. So that is basically what you're going to be doing, and you're basically just going to have some really accurate cleanup just around your cuticle area and just here at the base of the nail. And like I said, you're just basically going to go in and just be removing everything. And this gives you just a really, as you can see, the angle gives you just a really close application and removal around the cuticle area. So that is basically what I like to do, especially if you're wearing a dark color like this, and you're not. The problem with nail varnish is you can't manipulate it as well as if you were using an artificial gel system. So if you were using gel or you were using acrylic, you could really manipulate the cuticle area and make sure that your application of color is as close to the cuticle area as possible without having any splodges. However, nail varnish is obviously a bit more tricky because you're working with a far runnier substance that you can't manipulate that much. So you're basically just working on the technique and the precision that you've got. So you get it as close as you can to the cuticle area, and then obviously you're going to use a brush like this just to work on the cleanup. Like I said, if you're using artificial nail systems, it works just so much easier and you almost don't have to do any cleanup. But for the purpose of this video, we're using nail varnish. I paint my nails with nail varnish, so I just want to show you how to do a cleanup. And also, it'll just save you a ton of money from going to the salon if you can basically just do your own nails. I'm not trying to put any qualified nail techs out of business, but like I said, this is hopefully the kind of procedures that you're going to be getting if you're going to a nail salon, where you're going to get your polish application and then you're going to get cleanup. But if you know how to do it yourself, then you really can just save a ton of money by basically doing your own nails, and they will look like they've been professionally done. So that is basically just how I do the cleanup after polish application. And then what I like to do is, if I'm using a dark color like this, I will go in with the Séché Vite Ultra V, and this is a UV activated top coat. So you do need a little gel oven for this, or a curing oven, and you basically would just do a coat or two of this, and then you'll put it in your little gel oven. You can normally put the timer on for 2 minutes, and then it'll just give you just some additional longevity on your nail varnish. However, if I'm using a light color like I've got on this nail, then I'll just finish it off with the varnish from the same range, which is this Essie Gel Top Coat. And basically what I'll do is I'll just go in with it, and I'll just show you how. Again, this has got a really great wide brush with that curve to it. So basically, this is just what I do, and I hope you guys can see. But this is just my top coat, and you can just seal the edges in as well. So there you have it, guys. That is basically how I do my nail polish application when I'm using sort of like an opaque pink nude top coat like this. And I only had to do one coat of this. I didn't even have to go in with a double coat. So using your nail polish at that angle really does help. And then just another tip and trick is, if you are kind of 1 to 2 days into your nail polish and you just want to freshen it up. Any type of cuticle oil just placed around the cuticle area will freshen up any artificial application that's happened on your nails, whether that's gel or acrylic, and it'll also freshen up your nail polish. And you can even go in with coconut oil and olive oil. You don't have to go out and buy a super expensive cuticle oil. Even coconut oil and olive oil will help. And basically, you're just going to apply it around the cuticle area. It's also going to help with nail growth, and it's also going to freshen up 2 to 3 day old nail varnish and give it that shine and glossiness as if you've just had a fresh mani. So those are my tips and tricks for how to take your polish application or your nail polish from so-so to pro. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more, please remember to rate, comment, like, subscribe, and thanks so much for watching again, guys. Thank you. Bye.